Hello, Awakened Creator. Welcome to this paint and chat session. These videos are an opportunity for you to see inside of my creative process and also for us to just talk like friends and discuss the creative journey and the challenges along that creative journey and the shifts necessary in order for us to embrace and enjoy our creative journeys a little bit more. No, you do not need to be a painter to watch this video, although if you're not interested in painting, you probably already clicked off. But I hope that our time together in these paint and chat sessions is well served, and that you feel heard and understood, and that you learn a little something as well, maybe a perspective that you didn't have before. And if you are new to Awakened Creators and you enjoyed this video, I welcome you to stick around and utilize the resources in this community to help you really find your way along your creative journey. So this piece that I am working on is the first painting that I'm doing since moving to a new country, and I found an art supply store right across the street from my apartment, which is awesome and also very dangerous, especially considering this canvas panel, which is actually quite large. It looks kind of small in the video, but it was only like less than $5. So I'm trying to do my best to keep my expenses low, so who knows how long I will be painting on this particular piece. But so I want to talk to you today about expectations and how we start our creative projects, and whether or not we start our creative projects with freedom or with expectation. And I want to clarify, when I'm talking about expectation, I'm not talking about planning. I'm not talking about the mental element of creative flow, which is a necessary component of the process, even in the most minimal of, I know I need my paints, and I know I need a canvas, and I know I need brushes. If that's a minimal amount of planning that you do mentally prior to creating, okay, that's fine. What I'm talking about is expectation. And expectation comes from a different space. Expectation comes from an ego space. And no, ego is not bad. You need your ego in order to exist in this earth plane. So we're not bashing on the ego. We're just saying that expectation, as far as the creative process unfolding goes, is usually something that's coming from the ego for most people, in that it is kind of this glob of thoughts in the back of your mind about what you're creating, what will result from your creating. Expectations are very outcomes oriented. They want to know, what are you going to get out of this? They want to know if someone's going to be pleased with it. Expectations are not your friend when it comes to creating. And they're not your friend because they do not serve the heart. They serve the ego. Expectations and following expectations, as far as the creative output goes, is a surefire way for you to enjoy the process a lot less and learn a lot less about yourself as you move through the process. One pathway to growing to release expectation in creative endeavors for me is to have an outlet. And thus far, abstract painting has proven to be a powerful outlet for me to practice following through with freedom in mind instead of expectation. I've learned a lot from this medium and this style of painting. It has taught me a lot, and it's sometimes the case that you are capable of approaching creative endeavors of a certain type free from expectation, whereas others give you a lot of anxiety. For example, in the past, and I'm growing to improve in this area, but in the past, my written forms of creativity have been more plagued with expectation than my visual creativity. Additionally, I've also learned that like dance and performance arts for me are a good place, a safe place for me to be free from expectation. However, if your preferred mode of expression is dance and your heart is really desiring to become a dancer, dance might be a place where you face a lot of expectation in your performance, versus picking up a sketchbook and doodling may not bring you much anxiety and may be a place for you to, an outlet for you to express yourself from a place of more freedom. Now, outlets are great and all, and I'm so glad if you have one, because again, it's a good space to practice what it feels like to create from a space without expectation. However, as an awakened creator, the goal is always to apply that aspect of heart-aligned freedom to every creative endeavor. And in order for us to get to a place where we can express ourselves freely in every space we show up creatively, we need to practice aligning to our heart in every moment. So not just before we start creating, but as we're creating, we should be asking ourselves, in this moment, am I coming from a place of expectation, or am I approaching from a place of freedom and heart alignment? And if the answer is expectation, and we know that we need to move back into our heart as soon as we can. And that is why I created the Heart Alignment Ritual Guide, to help give you a practice that you can implement to get yourself back into your heart space when you need to, because it happens to the best of us. So what do you think about this topic? Do you find that you usually create from a space of freedom or expectation? Share it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.